Options are powerful financial contracts that can give you an edge trading stocks and limiting your risk. Today, we're going to explore how you can make money trading options and limiting your risk. Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about a tool that I found is extremely helpful for me, especially if you're a new trader with options. And for me, I've been trading options, just for under a year, and it's still hard sometimes to understand, certain strategies like the iron condor, the butterflies, all that. Of course, I've taken some time to do some trades and to understand a little bit of how it works, but sometimes it's just hard, especially when the opening bell opens up and you're like, well, should I, buy a call or should I do a cash secured put? There's just a lot of different options you can go with options. Okay, so I want to talk about OptionStrat because it basically takes all your concerns or just worries about what you're supposed to do and how to calculate which is the best option, and just gives you a really simple way to identify what strategies you can use, what are the chances of you profiting, and the risk factor in each of those trades. Okay, so before I begin, just make sure you like or subscribe if you do find my content helpful. And I'm always looking for ways that will just be helpful for your financial journey. Even though I'm not a financial advisor, I simply look for tools and strategies that I think would be just awesome. And these are just really things that I do myself. And so just wanted to simply share that. Okay, so OptionStrat.com. Okay, their subscription is, by the way, really affordable. I think it's like $14.99 per month. So it's, definitely not gonna, break the bank. But let's take a look at what you can do. Okay, so before you begin with any kind of option strategy, you normally want to do some research on the stocks that you want to invest in. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can go with like stock screeners like Zacks, Tip Ranks, Seeking Alpha, any of those. Those do cost you money, but they give you a lot of great analysis on how to screen for stocks, and because you never want to go into buying stocks blindly, right? That's gonna seem obvious, but you would be surprised by how little research people often do, especially the fundamentals like income and all that. So just make sure you do your research, and then you want to identify if you are bullish, if you're neutral, or if you're bearish on the stock. So bullish meaning you believe the stock is going to go up, neutral meaning that you believe the stock is going to stay about the same, and bearish meaning that you believe the stock is going to go down. Okay, so a lot of times I would say it's easier to identify if stocks are going to go up because you're actually researching companies that are going to do well, right? And so most of the time I would say it's harder to predict if a company is going to go down. Now, there are ways where, if you see a company that just skyrocketed and you look into their fundamentals and you're like, no, that company, is not going to do well long term. There's always bearish, like plays and ideas, but I would say for the most part, bullish is probably easier than bearish, and just because that's what you're actively looking for. Now, of course, there are a lot of people who play the bearish plays just because they really believe the company is not going to succeed, and so that's completely fine. So we're going to talk about all three plays today. Okay, so I'm using examples. Okay, so these are not companies that I particularly have any. I'm not even trading these companies. So just full disclosure, these are just companies that are really popular out there that I believe some people or quite a few people are bearish and or bullish or neutral. Okay, so the first stock ticker is, as we've all come to know this past year, AMC. Okay, the big movie theater chain that became a meme stock, skyrocketed. And let's say we are actually bearish on this company. So you would go into your stock brokerage, okay, and you can trade options. I'm using Robinhood for this particular video. Now, note that I don't use Robinhood for all my brokerage accounts. Robinhood is just one that I like using for options. And whenever you play options, you just want to make sure you pay attention to any of the fees that the brokerage charges for each option trade. Okay, so going back into OptionStrat, okay, let's say I'm bearish on the AMC stock. Okay, so you can go to optimize trade. You would first type in stock ticker, okay, AMC, okay, and it'll pull up the price, the latest trade, or sorry, the latest, movement in the stock. So it was down 15% yesterday. And then you can identify if you are very bearish, neutral, bullish, or very bullish. Okay, let's say you don't think AMC is going to go down to like $10, but you do think it's going to keep going down. So I'm going to select bearish over here, and that's simply it, right? And you want to select the date. Okay, so well, how long do you think that it's going to be bearish for? Is it gonna you want, like, when do you want the option to expire? Okay, so do you want the option to expire at the end of the month or next month and all that? So I'm gonna select a option play that is gonna expire at the end of this month. Okay, because I normally like playing options with about a couple weeks or at least a month out. So for this example, let's just do July 30th. Okay, so over here, it gives you 4 different options that you can play for AMC if you are bearish. Okay, so for example, if you want to do a long put, okay, it gives you the chance of the return on risk. Okay, so you're able to possibly make up to almost $80 on this trade. What are the chances of you actually profiting? There's going to be a 31% chance. So the chance of you making money on this play is not very high. And how much are you risking, right? How much premium are you paying for it? And it's going to be $480. Okay, so there is the bear call spread. Okay, so 93% return on risk. So you're possibly able to make upwards of $1,100, and the chance is about 45%. So a lot better than the first one, but you're risking also a lot more money. Okay, so and there's usually one where there's a higher chance of you making money, and over here it gives you a play where it's called if you sell a call at 43.50, it even tells you where to sell the call at what price. The chance of you making money is about 78%, and you're possibly making about $240 with risking at if you're able to risk $435. Okay, so of course these are all just stats. You never really know what a stock is going to do, but these give you just really good ideas of what you can do, and it allows you to just assess all the different plays with all the different risks and chances of return. Okay, so let's take a look at a more bullish stock. Okay, so if you're bullish on Tesla, okay, so stocker TSLA, and right now it's trading at $653.70. So let's say I'm bullish on Tesla. Okay, you can even put in a target price of what you think Tesla's going to be at. Okay, but we'll just leave it at what it's set at. Okay, and bullish for, let's say, August. Okay, so the end of August, we're going to give it some time. Okay, so over here, I never really look at these with a lower chance. I try and pay attention to ones with a higher chance of return. And so over here, right, it gives you an idea where you can sell a put at 550. Okay, so if you're selling a put at 550, your chance of return is about 82%, and your profit is $1,400. Okay, and the margin of risk, I think this one is little off. It should be okay. So sometimes you have to pay attention to just the actual numbers. So this is really just a tool, right? If you sell a put you always want to keep in mind that you need to be prepared to buy the stock at the price that you set. So for example, if you sell the put at 550, then you're probably going to be having to set aside $55,000 in case the stock gets assigned. Okay, so just something that you have to be aware of. Okay, over here it has a more, I think, yeah, over here you need to own the underlying stock for a covered call. The chance on return is 58%, and you're possibly able to make over $8,000 at a 720 call. Okay, so there's a lot of different plays you can play with Tesla, and let's take a look one more at a neutral stock. Okay, so I'm looking at a stock ticker AT&T, so stock ticker T, and go back. If we go back to our OptionStrat, we're gonna type in T. Okay, so let's say we're neutral on AT&T. Okay, it gives you less options, but again, there's still options you can do for neutral stocks. So let's say you're neutral on AT&T, and it gives you two options of short straddles, right? So you would sell a 27 put, and you would sell at a $29 call. Okay, the chance on profiting is 72%, and you're able to make this amount, $25. So the profit isn't very big, but still it gives you some options of how you can make money for neutral options. Okay, so again, OptionStrat is just a great tool you can use, especially if you're trading options and you don't want to just try and think of all the different plays you can do yourself. So I would say, at $15 a month, that's definitely very reasonable, especially if it gives you an edge in your option trading. Yeah, and so that's something I'm using myself for my options playbook. And yeah, if you have any questions, do leave a comment. I respond to every single comment. And until next time, I will see you guys around.